The federal government has inaugurated a 28-man inter-ministerial committee on activities to mark the celebration of the 1 year in office of President Bola Tinubu. The committee is vested with the onus of planning and implementing activities to mark the first anniversary of the Tinubu administration, which assumed office on the 29th of May 2023. Meanwhile, stakeholders across the nation have expressed concerns on whether the occasion is worth commemorating, with some note, however, that 1 year of the President Tinubu administration has brought Nigerians only more pains. Others say that the president only needs more time, as he is making frantic efforts at driving the country to a safe place. And now, as Nigerians prepare for the anniversary of this administration, Arise News turns a rights activist and political analyst, Comrade Atiku Abubakar, for a conversation on the state of the nation since President Tinubu assumed office. It's good to have you on the Newsday today, sir.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Now, Comrade Atiku Abubakar, I'd like to ask that, do you believe 1 year in the Tinubu administration is something that Nigerians want to see celebrated across the country?
The president so far has done very well, in my own opinion. And this is because he met a country that was in disarray, economically, politically, and security-wise. But he has been able to put things in proper perspective, even though we expect him to continue to do more. But in my opinion, the president is on track because he has shown that so far he's a listening president with so many actions which he has taken so far.
Now, the president has taken a number of harsh decisions, like the removal of fuel subsidy and the unification of the exchange window. How well have these policies played out for Nigeria and Nigerians, especially when you consider that there were no measures put in place to cushion the effect? Would you say that these policies were well thought out and well implemented?
Well, the policies were well conceived, but in the implementation, I think there are some things that should have been done in a different way. But the good thing is that the president is listening, and anything that needs to be corrected will be corrected because he has shown capacity in leadership so far.
Okay, sir. Now, you said that in your estimation, the president has done very well for his first term, for his first year in office. I would like to ask, what indicators are you using to measure this? Inflation, of course, monetary inflation is higher. Food inflation is higher. The naira has lost a significant amount of its value. Petrol is higher. Tariffs have been reduced, and so electricity is higher. I wonder what outcomes or what indicators have you seen that have improved in the first year of the Tinubu administration?
Like I said, he met a country that was in disarray. All of these things, the good thing about the president is that he has not been complaining. If it were to be the former administration of blaming the past administration, you would have heard so many things. These things cannot be done in just 1 day. He needs time. This is just about a year. He needs time to be able to correct all the ills he inherited from the previous administration, even though it's a party. But the former president and those who were in charge of the governance in the past administration, they messed up so many things. So for the president, he has met a very tough country. So, and that's why all the efforts he has put in so far, the results are not really coming out very well. But as time goes on, we'll begin to see the result. Nigerians will agree with me that in the political angle, he has been able to get it right. Economically, we are on track. But in the case of security of lives and properties have improved considerably when compared to at the time he took over. And the most important and fundamental thing in governance is security of lives and properties, which he has been able to do very well as at today. Before, so many places is almost impossible for you to travel to. We can see the effort the military is putting. We can see the different security agencies, the effort they are making so that to curb the insecurity in the country. Once that is done, other things will follow. Farmers will be able to continue to go back to their farm. All of these things, we have to be patient with government because the situation which the president made the country was very, very bad. And that is the major indicator. You don't expect a miracle overnight. These things take time. We know the situation of the country now. We know how things are. We are not there yet, but we need to support and continue to pray for this government so that the government can succeed.
Well, I'd like you to expatiate a bit further on what you mean when you say the president has done well politically and even security-wise. What exactly do you mean, considering the fact that we know that kidnapping has become a thriving business venture in Nigeria as of today?
Yes, you will understand and appreciate what the president has done if you go back on memory lane what the situation was before. I give different reasons why we should appreciate that the security situation of the country has improved. In the past, there are so many places, so many regions you cannot travel to. Like take from Abuja to Kaduna, the kidnapping was almost on a daily basis. I travel Abuja, Kaduna almost twice in a week. That area is solved completely. Other regions are beginning to get, the security agencies are beginning to get it right. The kidnapping has decreased. I'm not saying there's no kidnapping in the country, but the rate now has decreased when compared to what we had when the former president was in charge of the affairs of the country. When you look at it politically, in the past, you hear regions complaining that we are marginalized. But now, I don't think there's any region that's complaining about marginalization. The different regions have been carried along. The North is not complaining. The South is not complaining. This is because the man is carrying the entire regions as his own. There's nothing like marginalization. The Northwest is well represented.
Comrade
North
Atiku
Central,
Abubakar.
well represented. South, and all.
Comrade Atiku Abubakar just 3 days ago was reported that Northeast governors said to the federal government that they felt that they were being marginalized and the northeastern region of Nigeria was being marginalized. Do you believe that the governors are misunderstanding their position within the federal government?
You say Northeast?
Yes.
Being marginalized?
Yes, this was part of the resolutions reached at their 10th meeting held in Bauchi State Capital just last week, saying that they felt that the Northeast was being marginalized. You don't agree?
You know, I don't agree with that. Politicians will always say that. Don't forget that the National Security Advisor is from the Northeast. That is a position, an exalted position given to the people of Northeast. The security architecture of this country is being controlled by somebody from the Northeast. Why should they talk about marginalization? How are they marginalized? The president is trying his best to see that the various regions get what they deserve. He's not just picking people and giving them position. He gives position to those who have capacity to deliver. And the National Security Advisor has capacity to deliver. If you go to the Northwest, he has given positions to the people. The Northwest has produced the Speaker, Deputy Senate President, and the Chairman of APC. These people are eminently qualified. What we call on the president is to ensure that these people complete their tenure, support them, give them the necessary support, because the numerical strength of the Northwest requires that they maintain the national chairman position of APC from now to the end of his administration. Also, the different positions like the Speaker of House of Representatives. These are things that we find very interesting and happy about the president. He is a man who has been able to see that the different regions are carried along. So there should be no reason why anybody should complain about marginalization.
Well, I guess you never really can tell, where the shoe pinches for other people. In the meantime, the president has made a number of overseas visits. He's been to the Middle East, he's been to Asia, and a few other places. What benefits would you say have been derived from these trips? Yes,
these trips are important because you need to continue to engage. This engagement is from the engagement you'll be able to say this is what you need and this is what we can provide, what we can provide and what we expect to gain. And like I said earlier, you don't expect a miracle to happen overnight. The president has not even completed 1 year in office. And we can see for now that a lot of improvement so far. So let's give the president time. Somebody spent 8 years, and there is little or nothing to show for it. But this president has not even spent 1 year in office. So we should give the president time.
Comrade Abubakar, allow me to interrupt you. But don't you think the patience of Nigerians' patience, their patience is wearing thin? You just talked about the fact that for 8 years, we've not had quality leadership. Nigerians are hungry, they are angry, they are tired, and we have a man who said he should not be pitied. He asked for the job and is willing and ready to do the job. So why are you making excuses for him and asking Nigerians, tired and overlabored Nigerians, to give him more time, if indeed he's prepared for the job?
He is prepared. He is doing what is expected of him. What we are saying is that, like, you cannot plant a seed today and expect that you get returns immediately today or tomorrow. There are certain things that you have to wait for the time for it to get matured, and that's what we are saying. He has put in so much effort. He is putting in so much effort, and I am very happy with the president in the sense that the energy, I don't even know where the energy is coming from, but I think it should be because of the patriotism that is making him to have this energy to do all of these things that he is doing. He is involved in one meeting or the other, traveling from one place to the other, and doing all of these things. That is why, in the past, I was also criticizing the president, but having seen him put in so much energy, we know we are not there yet. There is a hunger in the land. The prices of things have skyrocketed. All of these things are being attended to. All we are saying is that since the man is working, and all of these problems were not created by this man, his administration, but he inherited all of this. So we should support him and give him time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we have gotten it right. We have not gotten it right completely yet, but we are on track. The most important thing is to be on track. And I can say that we are on track as at this moment.
Okay. So if you said that there is hunger in the land, the prices of things are skyrocketing, but you feel that we should wait. So do you not believe in terms of that, based off of the hunger in the land, that perhaps the president should wait on a large celebration of his term in office?
Pardon?
You have said that there is hunger in the land and we should wait for the results of President Tinubu's hard work. However, it's being planned to commemorate his 1 year in office with events and celebrations. Considering this hunger in the land that you've spoken about, do you not think that it is prudent to wait to celebrate his 1 year in office?
No. What I mean is this. These problems which I have just identified were there before he was sworn in. He has been able to work on all of these problems, but he has not been able to eliminate all of them. Since he is work in progress, And this work in progress should be appreciated by Nigerians, that the man is on track. That's what I'm saying, and that's why there's a reason to celebrate, because we are on track as at this moment. That's why he has been engaging the different people who should be able to assist him to do what is needed for results to be achieved. We are on track. That's what we are saying, and that's the reason why we should celebrate the little successes that have been recorded so far. We are not yet there, but economically, we are not yet there. But there are other aspects which we have recorded more success. And these aspects are even as much as important. They are as important as the economic aspect of it, as the security angle and the political angle. Because if you don't get the political angle right, it affects the economic sector and all other sectors of the all other sectors. And that's why we need to appreciate the president. He has gotten the political aspect of it very right. So he's working on the security aspect, which is work in progress, and the economic aspect.
Comrade Atiku Abubakar, I'm wondering, from which perspective, you're making all this your statement. Are you speaking, from the perspective of the presidency or from the perspective of Nigerians? You talked about little successes, and then they are, rolling out big celebrations for the president's first year in office at a time when Nigerians are asked to tighten their belts, make sacrifices, believing that the future is bright. Shouldn't the president also be prudent enough, to turn down any spending or loud celebration until we begin to see actual significant results that are positively impacting the lives of Nigerians?
I think what you should be calling for also is the arrest and persecution of those who have diverted so much money and have looted the economy, the country dry, which has made life miserable for people. It should not cast aspersion on the president. And I'm not aware of, I don't know, I'm not part of any arrangement for the celebration. I don't know the celebration that has been set out, but I do know that there's a reason to celebrate, because as of today, there is improvement in security of lives and properties. And what is also important, the political situation of the country is stable. So security-wise, we are getting it, and politically, the country is stable. To bring stability in the country is something that should be appreciated, because politicians, in most cases, they cause a lot of distraction. And the president has been able to engage them perfectly, and has been able to put everything on track politically. So it is work in progress. We are not saying we are there yet. All of these things will be addressed. He has continuously said that, yes, he asked for the job, and he has capacity. He has also displayed capacity to do the work. What we should be doing is to support him and pray for him to succeed. If he succeeds, the credit is for all of us. We are the ones to benefit, to enjoy his trying to set the country on track for us. We should give him the necessary support for him to do this.
Very well said, Comrade Abubakar. Now, you also talked about the fact that we should be calling for the arrest and prosecution of all those that looted Nigeria dry, which is a very valid point. So I'm wondering how you would assess this administration's anti-corruption drive. We know that fuel subsidy was removed because some cabal, were benefiting from it to the detriment of other Nigerians. Those cabal have not been identified. They've not been named and shamed. They've not been prosecuted. So how would you address the president's anti-corruption campaign?
The president has shown leadership in the fight against corruption. You will recall that there are party members, highly placed party members, who are facing currently being charged for some acts that are not in order. You have so many of them. He has not intervened. He has not stopped the EFCC from doing their job. The EFCC chairman is doing his best, And it is because of the political will of the president that he appointed a man that has the capacity to do the job. The man is doing his job very well. You can see APC members are not left. Of recent, his friend, the former governor of Kano State, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who was accused of diverting 2.5 billion naira, is also facing EFCC prosecution now. I think he has been invited. The president has his friends, but even though they are in other political parties, and his own political allies also have not been left. So it's a sign that the country is on track, so that all of these people who have done certain things wrongly should be brought to book, and the right thing, they should face the full wrath of the law.
Thank you very much, Comrade Atiku Abubakar, for joining us today.